Thanks, Pakazi. Hi, Kesh. Tough day out there. Can you just tell us a little bit about bowling to Fawad Alam? He has quite an unusual stance, and what sort of adjustments do you have to make when you're bowling to someone like that?
Yeah, obviously it's not something that you're used to. It's not conventional. It does take a few balls to adapt because you're constantly focusing on him. Yeah, I think you just stick to your lines and lengths. Yeah, at the end of the day, when the ball's about to be delivered, he is still in a neutral position like most batters. So from that point of view, it's not too much to look into.
Khalid followed. Ken followed by Khalid H. Khan.
Thank you. Hi, Keshav. Tough day out there for the bowlers. It seems you guys put a lot of effort in, but how difficult is it for you guys when it just seems a bit flat in the field? I mean, I don't know what the bowlers felt, but certainly watching it, it seemed like the fielders really weren't giving you guys enough intensity, and it just didn't seem that any pressure was really created backed up in the field.
Yeah, obviously, catches and things like that go down, and it's expected in cricket. No one means to put a catch down. I thought we fielded pretty well. Yes, there's slumps in the game, but I thought it was a sort of decent day nonetheless. One thing we did manage to do is obviously control the rate really well, and fair play to Fawad. He played extremely well. It just absorbed us. It's not a wicket that's giving you too much, so from that point of view, I thought we did a really good job as a bowling unit.
Thanks. Khalid, Rashid, Aram, and His.
Kesh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
As you see the surface over the 2 days, do you think it's going to get better and better for batting, or do you think there will be problems arising batting last or in the third inning?
I think the wicket still looks pretty good. I just think it's important that tomorrow we sort of come and hopefully get those last 2 wickets quickly, and then our batters try bat as long as possible. I mean, you never know how the pitch is going to deteriorate to come the end of day tomorrow, but I think it's actually still a good wicket. I mean, Fawad just showed if you just put a bit of application and you can bat long and score runs. It's simple cliche of Test cricket. You invest, and at some stage you're going to get runs. But to answer your question, I think it's still a decent wicket. I'm not quite sure if it's going to deteriorate yet. There's still some foot marks from the bowlers, but that's just through wear and tear. But for now, it seems like still a good wicket.
Rashid. All right, we'll go on to Aram and then Stuart Hess. Okay, Stuart.
Sure. Hi, Kesh. Just on before the game, before the test match started, Mark Boucher had spoken about you having made a couple of technical changes or working on some technical things. I was wondering what those were, and what is it that you were trying to achieve by making these changes?
It's just a small thing of alignment. I felt I was collapsing a bit at the crease, so it's obviously to stay a little bit more taller at the crease. To obviously help with the shape on the ball for consistent periods of time. So nothing too major. And then just in terms of mindset and approach was more what we spoke about.
Apologies, everybody. I seem to have lost my connection. So I'm just trying to see the chat panel again.
Can I open on my one?
No, it's fine. Okay, Telford.
How's the Keshav? I just wondered, were you surprised that the pitch didn't seem to turn nearly as much as it did yesterday when you came out and bowled in it today? It seemed almost like in South Africa sometimes the fast bowlers or didn't turn as much.
Yeah, I think we didn't expect the ball to turn much. Obviously, day 1, 2, and 3 from a traditional cricket in Karachi. So I think it's played as what we expected it to be thus far. And hopefully as the game goes on, we'll see through wear and tear a little bit more turn. But from the straight, it didn't turn too much. I think obviously when the footmarks were in play, it did turn like a normal test wicket. But yeah, it didn't turn as much as one would have thought it would have, having seen Yasser Shah. But with all due respect, Yasser is a wrist spinner compared to a finger spinner, so he does get a lot more revolutions on the ball.
Danielle, followed by Muzamil.
Hi, Keshav. It had obviously been a long and frustrating day by the end, but do you by any chance have a clue about what happened regarding the nature of the disagreement between Hassan Ali and the captain, Quinton de Kock? Do you know what happened there?
No, not at all. I was on the other side of the field, so I can't really comment on that.
And just one follow-up around that. Could you talk to us about the strategy surrounding the second new ball? Because it seemed like while the fast bowlers had a lot of success yesterday, it seemed like South Africa, you guys wanted spin to be more involved with the second new ball. Was that just fatigue, or was there a strategic idea behind that?
No, we just thought that maybe the new ball might give a little bit more turn and bounce off the wicket, because obviously the ball gets soft really quickly due to the hardness of the wicket. So it was more a strategic move. I think our bowlers are fresh and always willing to bowl. So yeah, definitely more strategic move than a fatigue.
The final
Thank
question with Muzamil. Muzamil?
Hello, this is Muzammil Asif from ARY. I just want to ask that Fawad Alam, it was his home ground and he has scored plenty of runs here. It looks like you guys were trying to trap in his legs, like initially you were trying to bowl in his leg. So what was...
Sorry, we lost the person asking the question. Was that Muzamil?
I'm asking, can you hear me?
Yes. Please start again.
I'm asking that it was Fawad Alam's home ground and he has scored plenty of runs here. I just want to ask that initially it looked like you guys were trying to trap him in his legs. So what was your initial plan to get rid of him?
Yeah, well, I don't think we were trying to hit his pads. We saw that he does flick the ball up in the air, and there were a few opportunities that presented itself. It just fell in no man's land, and yeah, I think that was our plan to him, especially seeing that. But yeah, there were a few catches put down, and half chances here and there. But I suppose he just composed himself and put the shots away and played really well. So fair play to him, and we have to come up with some other plans come the next innings and obviously for the second test match.
Keshav, we've got one last question on text. It says, yesterday Dean Elgar said at the end of day's play that South Africa were on top. Would you say that the game is evenly balanced at the end of day 2?
I think obviously the Pakistan team has a little bit of a lead, so I'll probably give a little bit more to them. Having said that, I don't think we were far behind in terms of who wins the day, simply because we controlled the rate. We didn't let the scoring get out of hand, and we're still under 3 runs and over. So, hopefully tomorrow we can rack the 2 wickets up and put, a substantial score on the board, and hopefully turn the test match around to, put ourselves in a position to win this test match.